time for the match game. Hollywood Squares, Hour with Fred Travalena. From the Facts of Life, Mindy Cohen. From Falcon Crest, Kate McGeehan. From Newhart, Tom Poston. From We Got It Made, Tom Dillard. And the stars of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour, Gene Rayburn and John Bauman.
Thank you very much. You're a wonderful, lively bunch.
Yeah.
I see you, Gino. Fellow thespian.
Hello.
Are we ready to have a go at it?
Yes,
Tom and we were
sir.
all standing around backstage waiting to come on, and Tom and I were talking about the theater. He did a play recently called Never Too Late. I saw a wonderful show last night. The Royal Shakespeare Company's in town and part of the Olympic Arts Festival, and I saw Much Ado About Nothing, and they were superb.
Yeah, but it
Boy.
doesn't amount to much, does it?
What?
I just reread that with my daughter, who was going to see it, went to see it.
Yes, it was
thought
really well done. If you get a chance, any of the stuff they're doing in connection with and there's a lot going on in town. So I'm leaving town right now. Goodbye, I'll see you. No, let's greet our two players here, Joy Rapier and Cindy Horst. Applause. Cindy Horst? Hello there. Ready?
Yes.
Joy, let's hear about you, please. Tell us where you're from or anything you want to say.
Okay. Live in Santa Barbara, beautiful Santa Barbara. I love the beach. I've been coached at home. I have to remember to say that I'm from Alabama. I'm happily single with 2 boys, Terry and Tim. Looking forward to playing the show.
Okay, we're looking forward to having you here. Yeah. You're happily single?
Everybody says they're happily married. I'm happily single.
Glad to get rid of them, huh? All right, Joy. Cindy, let's hear about your life, please.
I live in Bakersfield with my wonderful husband, who's a Bakersfield City police officer, and our 2 daughters, Crystal, age 8, and Rebecca, age 2.5. I'm also a part-time salesperson for a major department store.
All right, Cindy, nice to have you with us, too. We'll play the match game now, and the winner will go on to challenge our returning champion on Hollywood Squares for a chance to win up to $30,000. Good luck to you. Here we go, Joy. You won the toss. You'll go first.
A, please.
All right. A. Kathy said, Dumb Donald must be the world's dumbest inventor. Would you get your own show? He just invented a perfume that smells like Blink. That's how dumb he is. May I offer a clarification if necessary? Okay. Put it in the slot when you're finished. I'll go right over here to Joy. Kathy said, Dumb Donald must be the world's dumbest inventor. He just invented a perfume that smells like blank.
Skunk.
Skunk.
Good. That would be awful.
Skunk is pretty good.
That's a good answer. I went with food. I said rotten egg.
Rotten eggs. That has a terrible odor.
Thanks.
Smells like hydrogen sulfide. What do you say?
My name is Jimmy Carter.
Yes, sir.
You believe I actually ran this country? He's as dumb as my brother. He invented the same thing. Smell like Limburger cheese.
I think that's good, Limburger cheese. Yes, Kate.
I went with food too. Garlic.
Garlic, another good one.
That's a good one.
There are so many good answers here that it's hard, I suppose, to get a match. Let's see if we get one out of John.
Skunk, huh?
Skunk, right.
Keep wearing that perfume, you're going to be single a long time, Joy. But I said, oh, to skunk.
Oh, to skunk. One for Joy. All right. Here's Tom Villard, our resident fashion plate.
I said B.O.
B.O.
Well, that's definitive.
Bring B.O. swords. That's a headline in Variety.
That's terrific. I don't even want to show mine. It stinks.
Skunk. Okay. Very good, Joy. 2 for her. Cindy, you ready? Whoops. Let's see what we've got for you here. Tinkerbell is speaking. And Tinkerbell said, at the Fairyland Rodeo, we're too tiny to ride bucking broncos, so instead we ride bucking blanks. Having trouble with that?
We're too tiny.
Yes, we're too tiny to ride bucking broncos at the Fairyland Rodeo. All right. John, you all set?
Yeah.
Cindy. Tinkerbell said, at the Fairyland Rodeo, we're too tiny to ride bucking broncos, so instead we ride bucking blanks.
Horseflies.
Horseflies! Hey, isn't that clever? Hey!
This girl.
Cindy, I guarantee you, none of these witty, funny, amusing, talented, trained entertainers will give us an amusing answer as that. I think that's wonderful. What do you say?
That's great. This could be a match. It
What?
should. It should. Bugs?
No. Specifics and generals. Can't do that.
Sorry.
All right, nice try. You're on the same wavelength, though.
That's right.
Friendly
That's right.
bunch, aren't they? Fred?
You know something? When I was on Fantasy Island, I used to want to ride the little insect too. The plane. Little fly up on the wall. You ain't got no one at all. No mommy, no daddy. You want a cigar?
Okay. I said insects.
Insects.
Which is the same problem as this one.
Right.
Well,
Yeah. But her answer is so marvelous because, you know, I said bucking broncos, those are horses.
That is a brilliant
So she says
answer.
horseflies. What do you
It
got?
was wonderful. Unfortunately, I said bucking mosquitoes.
Bucking mosquitoes.
Close.
Cindy, you're getting close. So far, everybody in the upper panel has insects. Let's see what we got down here. John, you're up first. Oh, excuse me.
It's Tinkerbell.
Now, wait a minute.
He's been wanting to do this for 9 months.
No, there's a fly here.
It's Tinkerbell. I tell
Now
you.
he's on your head.
he must have
Wait a
heard
minute.
the joke.
Just stay off of my nose,
Did you see
Buster.
him, Mindy?
All right, I went for the alliterating insect, which unfortunately also won't match. Bucking beetles.
Bucking beetles. 5 insects
Excellent
so far,
musicians.
but no fly.
I thought that was a great answer. I said the same thing.
Hey, I warmed him up for you.
Yeah, that's nice.
Tom?
I said bucking mice.
Mice, a good one. So there's round 1, ladies. 2-0. Joy's favor. Round 2 will be long in a moment or two. Right now, this for you.
David Ruprecht here. Let's play Super Duper Supermarket Sweep. You could win prizes and see your name on TV. For more details, visit our Instagram page. Starts October 18th on Buzzer.
Here we go with round 2 coming up. Ready? Go. Joy, you're ahead. You'll go first.
B, please.
All right. Let's see what B says. John and Tom, you lay out. The rest of you, please respond to this. Sherlock Holmes said, elementary, my dear Watson. The murderer was a housewife. It is obvious because the victim was blanked to death. Obviously, the murderer was a housewife. Here we go. Ready, Joy? All right.
That's good.
Sherlock Holmes says, elementary, my dear Watson. The murderer was a housewife, and it's quite obvious because the victim was blanked to death.
Nagged.
Nagged. Perfect. Good one. Is that a good one? They got some sharp contestants today. They're
These
coming up with terrific
contestants are-
answers. Yeah, very good. What do you got?
I feel so stupid. I want a big boo, okay? I want one, okay? I said cleaned.
Clean. Well, now, Mindy, it's
That's enough.
not as bad as you think it is because anything that a housewife does here is all right.
Yeah, but
clean.
But nagged is so.
Well,
Nagged is
because
excellent.
nag goes with the horse thing from the last time.
Right, nag, right.
Nag,
Exactly.
that's why it's
in the
so
same
clever.
genre. What?
I want a bigger boo.
A bigger boo?
Bigger
You-
boo. Get ready. Take a deep breath. I said vacuumed.
That's great.
You got a little turkey over here, too?
I'd like an even bigger boo, please. Vacuum.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
I'd like a big chair because I don't play. Thanks.
All right.
This is your last chance to boo on this question, so cooked.
Cooked is not bad. Well, make up your mind. Now, that's something that a housewife does. All right, now. Cindy, she stays at 2. That means you have a chance to catch up here. Here it is. Weird Wanda is so weird.
How weird is she?
I knew you'd be terrific. And you were. When she sings in the shower, she brings along a blank. That's how weird she is. Okay.
Is this called?
Yes.
See, the last time.
It's written quick, badly, but
All right. Ready over there? So we'll go to Cindy. Weird Wanda is so weird, Cindy. When she sings in the shower, she brings along a blank.
An audience.
An audience. Cindy,
Gene.
you understand, Wanda is standing in the shower, totally naked. And you say she brings along an audience. Okay.
My pastor isn't watching.
Anything you say? What do you say?
She's a little sadistic, too. I said microphone.
Microphone. That's a good one.
Well, golly. I love to sing in the shower, and every time I do, I bring along a piano. Golly.
All right, Kate.
It's a good answer, but it's
Microphone is good?
Yeah.
All right.
Tried. Sorry.
She is looking for an audience, John.
You know, it is amazing that somebody can play as well as she is playing and still not have scored. And I'm really not going to help her much. I said a band.
A band is
a perfectly good answer, but...
All right, Tom.
There are even more of them, an orchestra.
An orchestra.
Well, she was a little shy. Weird but shy. She brought along a piano player.
Well, hang in there. One more round to go. The last round coming up right after this.
One, 8, 2.
Say it again. 1,
8, 2. 1,
8,
2.
Here we go with round 3. Joy, you're still ahead. You go first.
A.
A. You want A? All right. Same group plays, Upper Tier and Tom. George said, you know the game show I've Got a Secret? Well, there's a new late night game show starring my wife. It's called I've Got a Blank.
Oh, boy.
All right. Lay him right in the slots there.
Cindy, Cindy, Cindy.
Okay, Kate? You're up. George said, you know the game show I've Got a Secret? Well, there's a new late night game show starring my wife. It's called I've Got a Blank.
Headache.
Headache it is. You have a headache?
Headache.
She's got a headache. Fred has a headache.
Headache.
You have a headache. You have a headache? Everybody has a headache. Well, Cindy, let's see how you do. Now, the best you could do is achieve a tie, but it can be done, Cindy. Don't lose heart here. Lyle, the actor, said, Lyle, the actor, he said, I just landed a role in the Josephine the Plumber story. Unfortunately, I play a blank. Ready? Here we go. Cindy, Lyle the actor said, I just landed a role in the Josephine the Plumber story. Unfortunately, I play a blank.
Drain.
A drain. May we have a clarification on that answer, please? You'll take drain. Okay, Mindy.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I said a plunger.
A plunger. So Joy wins the game. What the rest of you have? Toilet, drain, plunger. Okay, come on down, Joy. Cindy, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
And we're going to send some gifts to you from the match game.
Thank you.
Cindy Horst, ladies and gentlemen. Over here, if you would, please. Congratulations to you. Now we're going to switch over to Hollywood Squares. John and I are going to trade places, and we'll bring on 3 more stars. And there's a lot more excitement coming up. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
A member of our studio audience will receive a Chinon CP5 programmed electronic 35mm camera. Keeps up with all the action automatically with 50mm lens and case sits furnished by Chinon. It's time for more of the match game. Hollywood Squares, Hour with Nidra Volz. From St. Elsewhere, Terrence Knox. Jane Kennedy. And taking over the star of the Hollywood Squares, John Bauman.
What are we doing here? Well, we have a couple of minutes to think about it. Then we'll be back to play Hollywood Squares. See you then.
And now, John Bauman and the Hollywood Squares.
Thank you. Thank you, Gene Wood. Welcome back, everybody. Here we have Joy Rapier, who showed a rapier wit and stabbed her opponent in the match game. She is zipping right onto Hollywood Squares. Here, you did very well because she played very well for someone who did not win. That means you were real sharp, Joy. Congratulations. We have 3 brand new celebrities. Stay right here. Let's meet them. Nidra Volz is with us, Terrence Knox, and Jane Kennedy. Terrence Knox, of course, has been starring on St. Elsewhere.
I have a rapier wit, too.
You too. And Terrence, on St. Elsewhere, you kind of play a maniacal character, don't you?
No, you've been hearing that about him. That's not true. He's just someone's been misdirected.
Do you and this guy have anything in common, Terrence?
We both sleep a lot.
Okay, we'll see if you can stay awake here for Hollywood Squares. It's good
I'm going to win a lot of money, Jay. I know I am.
And why don't you and I zip over here, Joy Rapier, and get started. Here we go. Before we begin, we reacquaint ourselves with our defending champion. It is her second day on our program. Her name is Nancy Kish. Her total so far, $3,300. Now, have you had a chance to discuss your good fortune with your family?
Yes, I have.
What did everybody have to say?
Oh, they're just all excited for me. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, so.
Right. 3 kids, right?
3 children, yes.
Okay, so far you got about $1,100 apiece.
No.
For the 3 children. Nothing for you or your husband. But today you can fill in those gaps as we play Hollywood Squares one more time. We're going to play it until we hear the time's up bell. Whoever's ahead at that point goes on to play Supermatch, which can be worth up to $30,000. You won yesterday, but just not with so big a total, correct?
Correct, uh-huh.
Okay, let's see if we can improve that, but Joy will have something to say. We will play the first game for $100, $25 for every square, and Nancy gets to start because she's the champ. Pick a star, and let's go.
Fred.
Fred Travalina in the center square. Columbia Pictures has launched a national talent search for lookalikes of these Hollywood favorites. Are they Ronald and Nancy Reagan?
Well, who else?
Or the Three Stooges?
I would say that what with the Three Stooges record that was just on the charts and the re-interest in that kind of humor, I would say the Three Stooges.
Are you going to do Nancy now, Fred, or are you done?
You know,
I thought you might have been going for most impressions per question in the history of Hollywood squares. Okay, he says the search has been launched for lookalikes of the Three Stooges, correct? Agree or disagree, Nancy?
I agree.
The Three Stooges it is. You're right to agree. Yes, you get the first square. Champ is off to a good start. Joy Rapier, you're playing O, make your move.
Gene, please.
Gene Rayburn, correct? Okay, try to be clear always between Gene and Jane, please,
We
for
had a
all
heck
of our
of an
benefits.
argument yesterday about that.
Yes, but no one ever saw it. Gene Rayburn. Can you buy chewing gum in the Soviet Union? Or is this decadent stuff not available there?
Well, they have such a big black market there. I would say that even chewing gum is available on the Russian black market.
Agree or disagree, Joy? He says you can buy it in the Soviet Union.
I agree.
You can buy chewing gum in the Soviet Union. Yes, you're right to agree, and you're on the board.
You or you?
So we got an X and an O for Nancy Kish.
Terrence, please.
God, I just got out. Don't start with me yet.
You're sure now, Nancy? Okay.
I don't know nothing.
Terrence Knox, what are there more of in Los Angeles? Dogs or fire hydrants?
I got a bathroom at home, man. I don't know why you're asking me that stuff. There are more dogs.
He says there are more dogs than fire hydrants. Agree or disagree, Nancy?
I agree.
In Los Angeles, there are more dogs than fire hydrants. Yes, you're right to agree, and you get another square. Boy, I guess that means some dogs have to double up. Joy, you're playing O. Pick a star.
Tom Villard.
Oh.
Tom Villard to block, right? All right, you missed this one. The first game goes to the champ.
Pressure.
Tom, you're a baby lion and you're hungry. Will you nurse from any mommy lioness you can find, or will only your own mother's milk do?
I'm real hungry?
Yes.
Well, in the Tarzan movies, sometimes didn't they kill the mama lion by mistake and then they would end
No,
up
Tarzan never did that. I ought to know.
with... No, he wouldn't do it,
Tarzan
but the
never
bad
did
guys.
Because you're Jane, is that it?
Of course.
I see.
That was Boy's job.
But, you know, I think that they would stick with their mom. I would think that they would stick with their mom.
So you say that hungry baby lion will only nurse his own mother's milk.
Yeah.
Agree or disagree to block, Joy?
I agree.
That baby lion will nurse from any mommy lioness he can find. No, you should have disagreed. Your opponent gets the square and your opponent wins the first game. Nancy Kish, you're off to a flying start today. 175 for the champ, 25 for the challenger, but it's early in the day. We'll be back with a $200 game.
Stay tuned for more of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour.
Check out this week's Supermarket Sweep specials. We've really blown up special items for gigantic savings. $250. It's a shopper's paradise on Supermarket Sweep. Weeknights at 9, only on Buzzer.
Now back to John Bauman and the Hollywood Squares.
Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Starting a $200 game. We always start it with the person who did not win the last game. That, unfortunately, was you, Joy, but you do get to pick a star. Joy?
Fred, please.
Okay. Fred Trevelina, are the Marines still looking for a few good men, or have they found all the guys they need for now?
We're always looking for a few good men. Golly!
To reach the unreachable star.
Could you read that again?
Oh, are the Marines still looking for a few good men? Or have they found all they need for now? Are they still recruiting?
They're still recruiting. Always recruiting.
Okay. He
Gotta
says they're
replenish.
still looking for a few good men. Agree or disagree, Joy?
I agree.
The Marines are still looking for a few good men. You're right to agree, and you get another square. Off to a good start in the $200 game. She is Kish Me You Fool with a square.
Nidra, please.
Nidra Voles.
Oh, hello.
Into the breach. According to Glamour magazine, who is more likely to feel like making love in the morning? A man or a woman?
Is this anything personal that we're getting into? I certainly hope not, because I would say that the men were more inclined in that direction.
Yeah, you got that right, baby.
Direction.
Nidra says a man is more likely to feel like making love in the morning. What do you say, Nancy?
I agree.
According to Glamour magazine, a man is more likely to feel like making love in the morning. You are right to agree, and we got an X and an O on the board.
Now, wait. How would they go about finding something like that out? Do you want to do it and you don't?
Joy, pick a star for an O.
Tom Villard.
Tom Villard. This time for from We Got It Made. For the first time in its history, New York's Museum of Modern Art has acquired one of these for its permanent collection. Is it a hand-painted T-shirt by Picasso or a bicycle lock?
I don't think Picasso did T-shirts. I don't know who did bicycle locks, but I would guess that it would be a bicycle lock because I don't think he painted on T-shirts.
He says the Museum of Modern Art
Did he ever live in
acquired...
Venice Beach? I don't know. No, I think a bicycle lock.
He says the Museum of Modern Art acquired a bicycle lock. Agree or disagree, Joy?
I agree.
The Museum of Modern Art in New York acquired a bicycle lock. Okay. You are right to agree. Yeah, makes sense. They usually don't work anyway. You might as well put them in a museum. Nancy Kish, pick a star for an X.
Terrence Block.
Terrence, she misses this one. The game goes to Joy
Oh,
and
man, don't put all
the
the
lead.
pressure on me. I just...
You've sunburned your eyelids. What does Mademoiselle magazine recommend you put on them? Mayonnaise or cold, strong tea?
Oh, don't worry, you aren't going to help me anyhow there. Don't be I can do this by myself. You put mayonnaise on your eyelids when you burn them like that.
He says you put mayonnaise on sunburned eyelids. Agree or disagree, Nancy?
I'm going to disagree.
To block.
All right, do it then. Go ahead. Disagree.
She's the champ. She can do whatever she wants. And in fact, on your sunburned eyelids, you put cold, strong tea. She is right to disagree, and she gets the square, and she does block. Cold, strong tea, sure. That's why I have these bags under here, see? Joy. No joy for you in that maneuver. Pick a star for an O.
Jane Kennedy to block.
Okay, the tables have turned. You missed this one. Nancy takes the game and has a pretty big lead. Jane Kennedy, can you dribble a raw cranberry like a basketball? Or will it just go splat if you try?
Well, the only problem is, see, I'm 5'10", so by the time it gets all the way down, it's lost all of its inertia. It's never going to bounce back up. However, Nedra could probably dribble a cranberry. But it would bounce, but you wouldn't be able to continually dribble it. No, you cannot dribble a cranberry.
Well, the two choices are, can you dribble it, or will it just go splat?
It's not going to go splat either, so I guess...
No, one of these is true. In other words, the issue is it going to bounce back up, not that you can dribble it continuously?
It's going to bounce back up, yes.
Okay, so you're saying you can dribble a cranberry?
Yes, because they're kind of hard.
Agree or disagree, Joy?
I agree.
You can dribble a cranberry. Yes, you're right to agree. You get the square and you do block. Because the skin is so tight, you can dribble a cranberry. Nancy, pick a star.
Gene Rayburn to block.
Yep, it's back and forth game.
Gene to block.
It's one of those. Which of these is more likely to cause a throbbing headache? Seltzer water or a hot dog?
Well, seltzer water is almost a pure product. I mean, it had a few salts in it, but nothing, a little sodium, but nothing of any consequence. So a hot dog could cause a headache, especially if it's not too fresh.
Agree or disagree to block, Nancy? He says a hot dog is more likely. You agree? A hot dog is, in fact, more likely to cause a throbbing headache. Yes, you're right to agree. You get the square, and you do block because of the additives. Right. Good reasoning by Gene. And all this adds up to a pretty exciting $200 game. We'll be back to find out what happens on the day after this.
Never have so many shows been so primed for prime time. Buzzer Prime, weeknights starting at 8.
Oh, I love that.
Right here on Buzzer.
X. Boy, you got a whole mess of X's and O's on the board. It's a $200 game. The last event was a block by Nancy, so it's Joy's move.
Mindy to block.
You missed this one, the game goes to Nancy. You're eating canned oysters. Should you avoid them if they look a little green? Or is this typical of canned oysters?
I don't like oysters. I don't. Any food that looks green, I stay away from. So, I'm gonna say don't eat them.
She says avoid them if they look a little green. Agree or disagree, Joy?
I disagree.
To block. You disagree. This is typical of canned oysters. This is turning into quite a game. You're right to disagree. You get the square, and you do block. It's typical of canned oysters. Just be concerned if you start to look a little green.
I knew that.
Nancy, pick a star.
Kate, to block.
When a male glowworm matures, does he become a firefly? Or just an old glowworm?
Male. He becomes a firefly. Yeah.
She says a male glowworm becomes a firefly. For the innumerable number of blocks in this game, I can't believe it, for about the 5th block in this game, agree or disagree, Nancy, that male glowworms become fireflies?
I agree.
Male glowworms turn into fireflies. You are right to agree. You get the square, and you do block. Seems like ever since there was 2 of a symbol up there, every question has been for a block.
Did you know that?
There is one place to move, Joy, as a formality. You have to choose.
Tom Poston.
Oh, I thought I had been picked.
That was
No,
yesterday, Tom.
I was just kidding.
Tom, now the issue here is if Joy gets this question correct, she will win the game. If she misses it, Nancy will win, both on the basis of 5 of their respective symbols on the board. You're an average major league umpire. What are you more likely to rub on the baseballs before the game? Clay or oil of Olay?
Oh, brother.
Well, actually, there is a dirt that is imported, I think, from Arkansas that they use to rub up baseballs with, and that's what the umpires rub on the baseball, not oil of Olay. They rub dirt or clay on the baseball.
He says the average major league umpire is more likely to rub
They rub
clay.
it off, but they rub it on first.
Right. Agree or disagree, Joy, for the game?
I agree.
The average umpire rubs clay on the baseball. You're right to agree. You get the square, and you win the game. Wow. Only extraordinary umpires rub oil of Olay. The average umpire rubs clay. There was anything but average about that game. Joy Rapier has taken the lead, but we will sweep all the X's and O's off of the board. They have entirely filled it up, but they will no longer. We're going to start a $300 game with you, Nancy. Every square counts. It's close. Pick a star.
Fred, please.
Liberace does this to his favorite piano at least once every week.
Absolutely. I love to do it because my piano is my friend.
Does he have dental floss put between the keys to remove dust? Or does he have it tuned?
How many times a week?
At least once.
Tuned.
What do you say, Nancy?
I agree.
He has it tuned at least once a week. You're right to agree, you get the square.
Thank you very much.
And that makes it a $50 difference. Next to nothing, Joy. You got to be sharp. Pick a star.
Tom Villard.
Tom Villard for an O. Could an average man walk into Tiffany's in New York and buy himself a diamond ring?
Or don't they sell diamond rings for men there?
I think they sell everything for everybody there, actually. I think if you wanted a diamond ring, you could go in there and get it. I think, sure. Sure, men wear diamonds. I see those ads in the magazines.
Agree or disagree, Joy?
I agree.
You said?
I agree.
They will not sell diamond rings for men in Tiffany's. You should have disagreed with Tom, and your opponent gets that square. That's the break you may have needed, Nancy
Isn't
Kish.
that illegal?
Pick a star.
To win.
Terrence, this could win her the game and give her back the lead.
Yeah.
You occasionally fantasize about another woman while making love to your wife.
Yeah.
According to the Kinsey Institute, is this normal?
Yeah.
Or do you have a problem?
Yeah.
I got a problem, but that's because of what I'm fantasizing about. But it is normal, what you just said.
So it's normal. He says it's normal to fantasize about another woman while making love to your wife. Agree or disagree, Nancy, for the game?
I agree.
It is normal. You're right to agree. You get the square. And you win the game. One of the few things that's normal around here. You found it. You win the game and you take the lead, but there is still time. Sweep the 3 X's off of the board, start a $400 game. You could catch all the way up if you're efficient, Joy. Pick a star.
Fred, please.
Fred Trevelino once again. Which came first, Mr. Rogers or Mr. Clean?
Mr. Rogers or Mr. Clean?
Right.
Boy, you reached, that's called going way into the past.
Or Mr. Completely.
Mr. I would say Mr. Clean.
He says Mr. Clean came before Mr. Rogers. What do you say, Joy?
Disagree.
Mr. Rogers came before Mr. Clean. You were right to disagree, and you get the first square, which you sorely need. Mr. Rogers, born in 1928. Mr. Clean, introduced in 1958. The bell means that time is up. Second day in a row, she earned it. Nancy Kish is our champ. Good for you. Woo! Nancy has found her way over to Gene for a shot at the big money. It could very easily have been you, Joy. You really played very, very well. That first game, I think, was one of the most exciting ones we've had ever on our show, or maybe it was the second game, the one where all the squares were filled and it really came down to that last question. You both played extremely well and didn't miss a question. Our thanks to you. You're leaving here with $375. Her name is Joy Rapier. Gene, take it away.
Wow. Here we are with the champ. We'll be back with her and the stars for a go at the really big dough, a possible $30,000 right after this.
1, 8, 2.
Say it again. 1,
8, 2. 1, 8, 2.
And now, here to play the super match is Gene Rayburn.
Okay, Gene Wood, thank you. Well, Nancy, you did it again.
Did it again.
Yes.
Just barely.
Just barely, yeah. That was a tough game. Are you ready to go on?
Yes, I am.
You could win a possible $30,000 here in the super match. Let's begin. We polled an audience not too long ago and said, write down your best answer to this. Blank tape. If you give us the answer they wrote down most often, it's $1,000 for you. For the second, $500, $250 for the third. Whom do you call on for a little assist here?
John.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, I'm going to be traditional and say Scotch tape.
Scotch tape, one.
Mindy.
You know in the parades, ticker tape? Is that what they call
Ticker
it?
tape?
Yeah.
All right, that's a good one. Go ahead. All right.
Kate.
Masking tape?
Masking tape.
There's a whole other world here.
So you have masking tape, ticker tape, and Scotch tape. Now the question is, do you want one of those, or would you like to choose one of your own invention?
Scotch tape.
Yeah. You want Scotch tape? I think that's a wise decision. Let's find out if Scotch tape is up there, and if so, where. We'll begin down at the bottom and first reveal the $250 response. Red tape is there.
That's what I put.
That's not a bad one. All right, the $500 response says... Videotape.
That's the one I was scared of.
That was mine.
Stars, you're terrific so far.
I thought of that. I was going to go with that until she said Scotch tape.
Really?
Uh-huh.
All right, here's your last chance for Scotch tape. Slide it, Steve. Yay! $1,000. There it is. Now you're cooking, Nancy. Now for the head-to-head match with any star up there of your choosing. There are 4 10s, 4 20s, and 1 30. After you've chosen your star, we'll ask that star to reveal the hidden number. And we'll multiply your $1,000 by whatever number is revealed.
John.
John had it 2 days in a row. Do you think you could have it 3 days in a row?
Maybe. You never know.
It's possible because it's purely random. It's possible. All right, John, give it a whirl. 10. All right, you're playing for $10,000. Here we go. Daisy blank. D-A-I-S-Y. Daisy blank. John's ready, Dancy. You collect the $10,000 simply by matching him. What do you say to that?
Daisy May.
Daisy May. All right, let's see if this is the day you're going to win one of the big ones. John, she says, Daisy May will match you. What do you say?
First thing that popped into my head was Daisy May. Then I thought of Daisy Duck.
Daisy Duck.
Then I wrote Daisy May.
Congratulations! Good for you. Now listen to this. She now has $14,950. Congratulations to Nancy. Okay, we'll be back with Nancy and the Stars right after this. Okay, Nancy picked the 10 today, and that means somewhere up there is still 130. Which star has it? Ready, set, go! Terrence! You had it! All right, we never know where it's going to be. Thank you, Stars. We'll see you tomorrow, and as we'll see Nancy tomorrow here, I'm Gene Rayburn inviting you to join us tomorrow.
John Bauman saying so long for the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour. Kiss me.
A member of our studio audience will receive a beautiful electric range with self-cleaning oven and digital timing center. Exclusive speed broil broiling system broils food on both sides at once to seal in natural juices. Furnished by White Westinghouse. This is Gene Wood speaking for the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour. A Mark Goodson television production.